Now, if you're like me, maybe when you were younger, you had a Jeep in your family. I know my parents had one, and Jeep was synonymous with off-road. It's like if you wanted an off-road car, you wanted a Jeep. And here we are with Jeep's first battery electric vehicle, the Jeep Avenger. Now, does it avenge all other EVs or not? The Jeep Avenger starts at around £37,000 in the UK, going up to about £49,000. So if you want the top trim, it costs a bit more. Interestingly, a similar price to the top of the range, the Bath 500e. So would you rather have this, a small SUV, or a hot, small hatchback? That's an interesting question. Now, we can't talk about an EV without talking about its performance and its range. So we have 156 horsepower from this Jeep, and this car has a range of about 250 miles. And because it is a Jeep, it does have special modes for off-road, which help keep it very, very easy to drive if you do drive it off-road. And looking around it, you can definitely see that. I mean, we have lots of really interesting details on this car, from these double LED lights. These are a bit BMW 7 Series. Down here, Jeep Performance LEDs. We've got a cool electric front grille here, which has E on it. And this is a very striking car with its contrasting yellow and black design. You can see here, it looks like an SUV, but really it's about the size of a hatchback, a bit bigger than a hatchback, but it isn't by any means a large car. It's definitely on the compact SUV size. We've got these massive wheels. This is all about off-roading, of course. And then we've got, you can see this has been well used here with the mud, with these splash guards on the side. So this has got features designed to make it very, very easy to drive off-road. And you can see from the back, we have this cool designed LEDs. In terms of space, there's a reasonable amount of space here. And it does have an electric closing tail, which is something which I really enjoy. Now, can Jeep do enough here with this EV for us to really appreciate this all-new battery electric version? Is Jeep the brand that Stellantis, who owns Jeep, really think it is? And does it suit this car? Well, I think as you see SUVs become more of a lifestyle car than an actual car that people drive off-road, this car definitely fits that. I mean, it's a looker of the car, there's no doubt about that. Now, in terms of everything else that it does, let's have a look. The inside of this car is actually very interesting because we do have a start button, which is actually quite a rarity in electric cars. We also have a very kind of Tesla style shifter system here, where you can go to park, reverse, neutral and drive, and the B is the regen braking. Got a big E here, and this panel moves up a bit here. Nice space here, and we've got this screen in the middle. Now, the infotainment system in here is pretty simple to use. We can go into the application drawer. We of course have got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We've got all our ADAS systems, lane keeping assist on here. We go into functions, parking, traction control, blind spot alert. So we've got a lot of features here that you can get, which is really good to see. I like that. But how do you get back? It doesn't, is there, can I? No, I can't. Oh, that worked. So that was interesting. So if I go like that, it's a shortcut, and then I can go to my mirror screen, which is Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. If I do that again, it goes back to shortcuts. I don't know, like, I found that because I like swiping things, but I don't know how intuitive that is. Of course, we have the home button here, which takes us back. We got our radio stations, climate. Now, yes, we have climate controls on here, but we also have climate controls down here, as you can see. And I like the fact that we can adjust the fan speed and the temperature manually, and adjust everything else here. We'll go straight to that setting by pressing the menu button there. So you have sort of double climate control. Whether that's really necessary or not, I don't know, but I kind of like that. I also like this kind of square configuration here, because if I tap on this button here, it goes to ADAS. If I tap on that button there, I'll lock the car, and that is obviously the hazard. We have a really nice digital driver's display here, which I actually really quite like. It's a very clean design. You can see the battery, you can see the consumption. We can move through the systems as well using the menus on this car. So I like that a lot. nicely designed there. And again, you see this interior, this lovely contrast. We've got this matching paint on the front and the sides of the car and in the dashboard as well. And then we got this nice tray here where you can put stuff. I like that. You put your phone there, 2 phones. That's very handy. This very much lives up to its rugged kind of off-road features. And then we've got a little man with a telescope in the corner here looking at the stars, because we're very off-roady like that. Little Easter eggs like that. This car has a very rugged interior. It's not really a car designed for comfort and luxury. And I think that's a bit of a shame, because despite its utilitarian design inside, it's got all the technological comforts you would expect. And I feel like that might be an excuse for Jeep to reduce the quality of the materials inside, because that's what a Jeep is. It's more rugged, it's more basic, which is a shame. They could have taken it up a level. So interior wise, we've got the technology, we've got a nice big display, we've got a nice digital driver display, nice steering wheel, seats are comfortable. Let's see how it drives. Here we are in the Jeep Avenger. So we're actually on a bumpy road now, which is part of where this car is being tested. And if we go into our drive mode, so let's go into sand mode, because this is a sandy kind of surface. And it's handling really well. It's got the right amount of grip, it's fine. And we've got good visibility in this car. So I'm sitting fairly high up. Obviously, this is not a big SUV. Like I said, this is a small, compact SUV, very much more like a hatchback. It actually feels a bit like Ioniq 5. I think Ioniq 5 is bigger than this car. This is definitely not a car which feels large or difficult to park, if I'm honest with you. I think you have good visibility and it's very flexible. Even when you're driving in tight spaces like this, where there are cars on both sides, you've got good ability to see around you and see what's going on, which is really good to see, and I like that as well. If we change into the modes, so we got snow, mud, sand, and eco, and of course normal and sport. Now in a minute we're going to test how fast this car gets from 0 to 60, thanks to the V-Bucks Performance Touch that you can see in front of me here. So we'll see how quickly this car gets to 60 miles an hour. It's obviously not a performance car, but we'll give it a go and see what we can do. All right, let's test the 0 to 60 time again. Go. In sport mode, 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 8.5 seconds, 0 to 60. I think that's probably as good as I'm going to get right now on these roads. This is not a performance car, but that is a very respectable time. Remember, we only have 150 horsepower. This is not a fast, powerful car. This is all about style and all about driving and all about the experience. Jeep have really done something interesting with the Avenger. They created a car that has got the electric and the off-road sort of down in one, and making a very stylish, comfortable car. Some of the materials inside are a bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But overall, this is a fantastic car. And the truth is, the quality of interiors on all car manufacturers, unfortunately, seems to be dropping down. So this is about par for what you get for between 30 and 50,000 pounds UK. It'd be nice if it was better in quality inside, but it's not going to ruin this car. It's a really funky, stylish car with great technology. And you know what? If I was looking for a small, stylish SUV, and if I had some affinity for Jeep like I did from when I was a boy, I might well get one of these. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.